Cancerini, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are entering a very important stage right now, because June, as in general, it's quite important and a powerful month, because we are now entering the second stage of the year 2020. Now, because it's June, now basically whatever is happening towards the end of the year, it's going to be super important when it comes to your own progress, but most importantly, things are about to start taking off and things are about to start working in your favor. But in particular, those things that you have found really slow within the first 6 months, within the first 5 months, you see, those things that you have found like kind of like really slow and that they didn't unfold and develop how you wanted it. So now this is going to be direct reflection of that particular progress. So that's why basically to say, I want to say that from June onwards until the end of the year, until December 2020, a lot is going to be happening, and most certainly it is going to be much busier and much important when it comes to your own personal progress. On another hand, it's the actual 8th of June. The 8th of June will bring you an important moment. The 8th of June is going to bring you an important realization. The 8th of June, it's going to bring you the moment in time when you're going to feel, oh, thank God, you know. But it's to do a lot with the, you know, justice. It's to do a lot with the proper balance. It's to do a lot with a whole new harmony that is going to come through at the same time. But it's important to say it's about reward. An important reward is going to take place, and that reward is purely coming from your own hard work. And most certainly it's about the advice that you're going to have at the same time. In fact, the 8th and the 9th of June 2020 are going to be super vavumishly important when it comes to this, some kind of advice that you're going to have at the same time. This advice is going to help you to accept something. It's about a certain acceptance, but then again at the same time it's going to give you this beautiful, powerful, golden opportunity to move on with your life, and that it's also going to start a really beautiful progress, really beautiful process at the same time, because it's about to bring you inspiration. It's about to bring you and help you to realize the certain potential, and that potential is going to be so important because it's going to almost immediately, it's going to bring you this wonderful healing energy at the same time. So on one hand, this is going to be like quite nice time when it comes to the actual return of energy, you know, return of optimism. You know, there are quite a lot of things that are going to start making sense that didn't make sense up to this particular point, up to this particular moment in time. It's very important to say, because you will know that there is a certain adjustment that is going to be pretty much needed to do. But emotionally, this is going to be so beautiful for you, because you will know at the same time, on one hand, the end of the a certain cycle, a quite tough cycle is coming through, you know. But on another hand, it's all about a new start. This is going to be the energy, this is going to be the emotion that is at the same time going to start rising your vibration, you know, from this moment in time onwards until the end of the month. Is going to be absolutely remarkable to actually try to test the water as much as you can. Again, show yourself in all sorts of opportunities. Anything that comes to you, just do it. Basically anything that comes to you that you normally feel, oh God, I can't do this, I can't do that, anything that affects your courageous feeling, anything that can affect your self-esteem, or anything that makes you feel like, oh, you haven't got enough courage to do it, you just need to do it, my babies, because it also, you're entering a rather sacred stage, sacred moment in your life where you are going to start reaping certain rewards, but they are most certainly going to come with an element of surprise, because firstly you're gonna need to kind of test the water a little bit. But without testing the water, if you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. So this is why this time it's really important for you to understand that you need to be courageous, because as more courageous you are, the more water you basically do, you know, the more you're actually going to achieve throughout the end of this month. But this is gonna also be an important important stage, absolutely important stage for you to starting something very new, something very different at the same time, which is going to take off in October 2020. October 2020 is going to have a direct connection with the actual June, because you're going to start a certain progress, certain process that is basically going to take off in October 2020. This is a very important moment in time. You see, it's about the actual potential. It's very important moment in time because it's to do with who you are, it's to do with your achievement, it's to do with your progress, but most importantly, it's to do with the actual next step, with the next stage of your life, the next stage of your journey. Very, very important moment in time, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's for June 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, and it's for June 2020, and your number this month, it's number 6. This is absolutely remarkable, because number 6 all means that basically you're also going to have a quite important news, good news at around the 21st of June, my babies. You're gonna have a good news at around the 21st of June, and that good news is going to help you to make a decision. It's going to help you to realize that you are moving on, but it's also going to be very important when it comes to the actual when it comes to the actual gain, when it comes to your own advancement, when it comes to the actual expectations, something that you expect that is to do with your desires, but then on another hand, it's about your efforts, it's about what you were putting lots of energy in, and it's also going to be very important. Number 6 in general means that you will have a very important moment when it comes to your own personal promotion through your own abilities, and there is also going to have a particular idea that you are going to have at the same time. Number 6 is a very powerful number when it comes to numerology, and look at this, you've got number 6, and then this is for the month of June, so number 6 is repeating again, and that is also basically just trying to make you aware and trying to let you know that there are going to be 2 absolutely remarkable, mind-blowing stages that you are going to have this month, my gorgeous Cancerini. One stage is going to, first stage, it's pretty well balanced out, and this is exactly how you're going to feel this, like the return of the balance. And 2 important stages are going to happen, one at the beginning of June, and another important stage is going to happen at the end of June, and these both stages are going to be absolutely mind-blowing. These both stages are going to be very important and most certainly going to help you to speed up with the process that was kind of slowed down, and it basically just created a certain chaos and confusion, so you will be able to move on. Cancerini, this is a very important month for you indeed, because you're also going to start feeling the ground underneath your feet again. Perhaps you were affected by the things that have been happening around the world, like everybody has been affected, but the problem is that some people have been affected more, some people haven't been as affected, but even those people who don't think that haven't been affected, those people, who think that they haven't been affected, they have also been affected in a way. When it comes to the subconscious mind, you see there are lots of things that are going on, there are lots of things that are like we are thinking about without being aware of it. So this is all a kind of part of our subconscious mind, and without us realizing, it's draining our energy, and without us realizing, it's preventing us to kind of plan in a certain way, to think in a certain way, and that also affects our future planning and things like that. So we may not even realize how much we were actually affected by this, but by the time you get to the end of the June, it's going to be wonderful unfoldment of events that you are going to have. And as I said, 2 important stages, my gorgeous Cancerini, is the first part of June and at the end of June as well. Throughout the June, really, you can, if you want to look for work, if you want to look for job and things like that, to express yourself, you're going to be super powerful, because because you're going to reach an enormous amount of your personal radiance. So therefore, not only people are going to be able to pick up on this, but also on another hand, you're going to be able to project this so much on people around you, on the situation around you. And it's also absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to your own personal progress, because the balance is now going to be absolutely perfect. So therefore, you're going to learn quite a lot along the way throughout this month, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and your energy is going to be very, very highly vibrational, and that is also going to put you in a different perspective, which is on another hand going to help you realize something absolutely super important at around the end of the month. There's certain adjustments that you're going to need to and want to make around you, perhaps in your immediate environment or maybe in your working place. You know, there's a lot that you will want to do and change, and most certainly you just follow this beautiful and energetic flow, because at the same time a quite important negotiation is going to take place. And this is also what I wanted to say, that if you want to have some kind of negotiation or something like that, most certainly throughout June, the whole month is going to be remarkable, because the energy is going to be on your side. You don't really need to do much. You just need to understand to not to block yourself, to not to stop yourself from moving on to achieve things, because sometimes you know, our mind is so powerful. The way we think, it's everything is energy, and sometimes people don't understand that even subconsciously we kind of set ourselves on a certain journey, but sometimes subconsciously, you know, we just kind of say to ourselves already, no, we can't do it, or it's not really for us, or no, it's not the right time, you know, and then without even realizing, we prevent and we block ourselves. So it's very important that throughout this month you need to make sure that you have got number 6 as your number in numerology, and this is also a very powerful number when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because it's most certainly very significant when it comes to your own vibration in particular, which is also going to become an important time of invocation, focus, your own radiance, which is going to bring you an absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to your own unfoldment, and that in itself is going to activate all sorts of areas around you that haven't been activated for a while, because perhaps, you know, things haven't been right or things didn't feel right, and you felt like your power was like a little bit affected, in particular when it comes to your energy, and then that can just basically affect lots of other things, in particular when it comes to our own achievement, way of thinking, and different perspectives. Number 6 is also going to bring you a really very solid moment in time when it comes to your own success, in particular when it comes to your material attainment. You will find yourself in an advanced level. This means that your luck is going to be on your side, my gorgeous Cancerinis, and this is also going to reflect on your well-being. It's going to reflect on your good health, which is absolutely brilliant, and also on another hand, it's a highly important time when it comes to your own personal victory. Cancerini, it's all about your own personal victory. This is going to mean to you so much, okay? But I can't even explain how important this is going to be until the actual end of June happens, and then you will be able to reflect on this whole situation from a completely different angle. You will go through all this and you will see exactly how quickly certain things actually changed, how quickly certain things moved on, and how important is the power of our mind, and how important is the power of our thinking, and also to make sure to stay on top of things by thinking in an optimistic way. Very important indeed. You know, it is, I know it sounds really beautiful, but it's important to say that the big wish, you know, something that you really have been waiting for, looking for, dreaming about, something that is so important for your own balance, is actually going to start happening here within the last 8 months, my gorgeous Cancerinis. I'm going back. Na 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 pam 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 pa para pam pam pa pam param pam na 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 na. Raise your vibration, Cancerini. It's important because you know it is about the last 8 months. This is very important because it's 8 months, and number 8 is again very symbolic because it's to do with the financial success, it's to do with the finances, it's to do with the certain worries, but it's also to do with uncertainties, it's to do with waiting for certain message, it's to do with something being very delayed, you know, in your life, but affecting you at the same time. So the progress that it's affecting you, and it's pretty much so connected to the last 8 months. So now, my babies, there is a very important moment in time that you are going to have when it comes to the actual swift activity. It's going to be connected to the sudden progress and movement, you know, speed, you know, and also like a very important, because at the same time quite significant message is going to arrive, and that message is going to make you aware of this progress and movement that you are going to have at the same time. This is very important because this is to do with your own advancement, but it's also to do with the worries, also to do with uncertainties, with the things that have been affecting you so much. And sometimes we can't even understand or realize how much was this actually affecting us until we reach that moment. Look at this delight, absolutely remarkable delight. This is very, very important because you're about to discover something absolutely remarkable about yourself, okay? And that remarkable thing that you're going to discover about yourself, it's also going to give you an idea, but at the same time it's going to come from some kind of accomplishment as well. It's important to say this because you're reaching a very powerful time of your own wiseness and your own stability as well. On another hand, you know, this is all about the safety and an important family matter. You will be aware of an important family matter that you are going to need to kind of put your input. You're going to need to kind of be there. You're going to need to put your sacred input, because your input is going to be absolutely everything when it comes to this family matter. Indeed, it will need to come from you. The certain balance is going to come from you and going to need to come from you, and a certain decision is going to need to come from you. This could be like a family, mom, dad, sister, la la la. You know, if you've got a family, you know, but if you haven't got a family, then it can be like the you know, the best friends, you know, the people around you, you know, your husband, your wife, you know what I mean? Like if you haven't got a family, like a mom, dad, sister, you know, and things like that. But then if you haven't, then it could be like your husband, wife, this is your family, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you know. Or it could, if you haven't got your partner, then it will be like you know, like a people that are very close to your friends, your best friends. They're like a family, basically. So most certainly you're going to be pretty much needed, because you're going to contain something very precious, okay? The certain energy, answer, input is going to need to come from you, my gorgeous Cancerini. But most certainly this is about your own security, safety, family matters, you know, but also most importantly it's going to be leading towards the certain reward, because you're having a balanced force, harmony, and very important tact, which is going to become the part of your realization. You know, you're going to wake up one of the mornings as well, and you're going to have an important sign. Oh God, something is going to be confirmed to you as well when you wake up. When you wake up one morning, it's going to be number 2. Number 2 will be very significant, reflected on this, where you're going to know that the tact is necessary to maintain pace. Tact is necessary to maintain pace. Tact is necessary to maintain pace. And you will know that number 2, it's going to be pretty much connected to this realization. But this is going to come to you the first thing in the morning at some point throughout June. This is going to happen. And you know, when something happens the first thing in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes, I said this before, you're still connected to all sorts of dimensions. Like we are always part of the multiple dimensions, indeed. But when we wake up in the morning, when we are sleeping we are having astral projections. The very big part of our brain is working that doesn't normally work when we are like conscious, for example. So this is when our other part of the brain start working. So therefore we have got all sorts of abilities to have astral projections and things like that. So now this is still within the first few minutes when you wake up. This is still a kind of part of you, are still part of these dimensions, and that's why everything that you're kind of aware of, anything that's on your part, on the part of your mind, this is also your sacred guidance, sacred directions that you're having at the same time. It is just also an important moment in time, my gorgeous Cancerinis, when it comes to a relationship, and some kind of very important relationship. It's going to come through. Something is going to be renewed. Someone is going to be back from the past. Not necessarily lover, not boyfriend, girlfriend, and all this. Somebody very important from the past, for example, that you might have lost a connection or touch with. It's most certainly going to become the part of your dimension, the part of your picture. And when that happens, when I see this in a reading, these people are very important in our life because they're meant to be there. You see, it's all about your inner peace. I'm so happy, and this is because things are going to start looking up really nicely for you here. So your big worry, of uncertainty, the big worry and uncertainty, created a little bit of a darkness in front, without you realizing this or not. And once that uncertainty is shifted, then this is when the inner peace comes in. And once inner peace comes in, then you can have a completely different situation, flip-flop situation from where you had delays and lack of motivation. Flip-flop moment, it's going to make it into a inspiration and potential instead. You see, watch for the sign, watch for the little feather or a little bird, my gorgeous Cancerini. I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm sorry. June is the time when your vibration in particular is going to be very enhanced, okay? Because this is nothing unusual. This is your time where your vibration is rising anyway this time of the year. So at the same time, spiritually, you're going to be like, ooh la la. And that's why watch for the sign. If you see like a little feather, there is going to be the sign from the spirit that you are going to have again. My Lord, this is beautiful. You really are going to have a very, very powerful month, my gorgeous Cancerini, because this message that you are going to have from someone, it's going to be from somebody who used to be in your life, somebody who used to know you and who passed away and went in another world. So now that person is going to come through, the spirit is going to come through, and before they come through, you will see like a little feather. This is very often the spirit world contacts us and they let us know that they're around with a little feather, but it doesn't have to be necessarily feather. It could be like a little bird, so you will know that the little bird, this little spirit, is trying to let you know. And what they're gonna try to let you know, they will make you aware of the certain opportunity before it happens. But you will know that before that opportunity happens, you will know that it's to do with taking a risk, you see. But this risk is a part of your progress. This risk is a part of your process, and this spirit will let you know before that risk happens, before that risk manifests, because this risk is going to turn out to be very successful for you. And this is what somebody from the spirit world is going to try to let you know. If you haven't got anybody who you know that maybe died, perhaps, for example, it could be still somebody who knew you like when you were a baby, or it could just be, and then you just obviously didn't remember that person. Or it could be somebody like, from an important passing by spirit, some friendly spirit can be around and pick up, on the certain vibration and energy. But most certainly you're going to have a sign from the spirit world, and it's going to be good because they will let you know that it's going to be absolutely fine. There will be like a little risk that you're going to need to take, but it's important to understand this is part of your progress, and they're just letting you know you'll be absolutely fine. Pam 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 pa pa da pa ta da 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 na 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 Ba-da-ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba-ba-da-bum. Raise your vibration, Cancerini. Yes, so basically now, when it comes to the actual health, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I need you to take something for your pineal gland, okay? Pineal gland is a very important part of our life, and pineal gland is something that is crucially also important, like when it comes to our body physically, to connect with our subconscious mind at the same time, because this is a quite crucial part when it comes to our physical body, which is most certainly connected to our third psychic eye as well at the same time. But for pineal gland, I will need you to take something organic chlorella. Organic chlorella, it's absolutely brilliant. This is something that I need you to get and take, perhaps if you can, on daily basis, or maybe organic spirulina instead. So it's organic chlorella or organic spirulina, but if I want to pick from these two, I would say organic chlorella, which is wonderful when it comes to the actual pineal gland. This is something I want you to take because it's going to help you so much to connect spiritually, but also it's going to help you to spiritually grow and to also spiritually connect and reconnect with the certain things in your life, because emotionally this is going to be an important month when it comes to your own achievements. So this is going to help you to see you through and to see things for what they are, but also to see way below from what you would normally see at the same time. On another hand, I want you to take, your bones are going to be sensitive, my gorgeous Cancerini. Your bones, it's a calcium, natural calcium, if you can take, vitamin D. Okay, very important for your bones, natural calcium, vitamin D, and also zinc for your actual immune system. Again, take zinc to boost your immune system alongside organic acerola cherry powder. 1 glass in the morning, teaspoon drinking, 1 glass in the evening, teaspoon, mix it and drink it. And this is going to boost your vitamin C levels alongside with vitamin D. It's also going to boost your immune system, and zinc as well. Very important. So it's to boost your immune system, but it's also again to take care of your bones and also to take something for your pineal gland. Okay, and basically just one more thing, your mouth, I said this to you before, that inside your mouth you're going to need something for the gum healing. So try to avoid toothpaste with fluoride and mouthwash with fluoride, and try to replace it with a mouthwash without fluoride and the toothpaste without fluoride. And if you can get toothpaste and mouthwash without fluoride, make sure that they have a little bit of aloe vera gel in and tea tree as well. This would be absolutely perfect. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. The very first date, my gorgeous Cancerini, sorry, it's going to be on the 1st of June. Now, on the 1st of June, you are entering an important period, an important stage, and it's also almost as if you're walking through like an invisible door. You just need to trust yourself. You just need to be as optimistic as possible, because you're going to hear about some kind of progress and process that is going to take place, and it's also going to surprise you. Wow, it's going to happen so much quicker. It's going to happen so much sooner. But this is also going to be almost immediately connected to the process and progress that you will need to learn something. You're going to need to brush up on something. You're going to need to read up about something. This is an important part of your own progress and process here. And at the same time, you're going to hear an advice here on the 1st of June. Okay, it's the 1st of June. It's an important time because of the advice that you are going to hear. And this is all to do with you, with your practical knowledge and an important negotiation. You will hear here that you will be due for an important negotiation. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of June are all going to be important when it comes to you trusting yourself, you having open your eyes, but also it's to do with an important negotiation that you are going to have. This will be so significant because it's coming from the wisdom. You're going to start feeling very wise from the 1st of June, and also, spiritually, you're going to be so beautiful beautifully penetrated in so many different ways, and you know there is some hidden emotion, something that is going to come to the surface again. It's going to swim up and it's going to say, hello Cancerini, and it's important because that in itself, it's going to help you to end a certain problem, you know, because it's just going to be about your own practicality. You're going to be analytical here, and you're going to realize what is making you restrained, and even most importantly, what was making you too restrained within the last 13 weeks. It's important because also at the same time, you know, somebody who really means to you a lot, a beautiful person in your life, it's also going to give you an advice, and it's going to confirm something quite important to you at the same time. I suggest this, my gorgeous Cancerini, please, if you didn't get a dry sage, get it, and basically try to sage your home at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month, if possibly you can, okay, twice. And you know what I said before, it's like close all the windows and then burn this, put a little sauce underneath, then go into every single room in the house and make sure it's nice and smoke. It's a very strong smell indeed, I know. And then you smudge yourself like that as well a little bit, and this is going to help you to drain your energy within the next 3 days. If you feel drained yourself, like that's actually quite good, because it means that you had a certain amount of negative energy accumulated within you. So this is just the process of cleansing yourself, which is a little bit draining, but then again, after the rain, it's a little bit of a sunshine. Okay, so dry sage I highly recommend, because it's going to help you to get rid of negative energy. And if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 18th of June. Oh, 18th of June, it's going to bring you a progress. You know, this is so good, like very much so. It's going to be powerful time for people wanting to have a baby, people wanting to have a child, people wanting to have a baby. If you're Cancerini, this is going to be quite good time, and this is going to be quite successful time, because the energy is just going to be just right, the balance is going to be just right indeed. But on another hand, you know, the 18th of June is going to bring you an important progress. I really like this, because at the same time, the motivation. Do you know what? You're going to come across, you're going to come to terms, not to terms, but you're going to come across in your spiritual bubble, in your dimension. This is what's going to happen. This motivation from someone who you know, someone very successful and very powerful, is going to motivate you at the same time. And it's going to be perfect, because it's going to bring you success. At the same time, this is all about the prosperity, well-being, luxury, and the security. The 18th of June is going to bring you a wonderful security, but in particular also, on another hand, when it comes to the certain materialistic trouble, I'm not saying that you had materialistic trouble, but I'm just saying that you had certain uncertainties around you that have created a certain confusion. And that's why this is just going to be an important moment in time of releasing yourself of this, or from this negative energy. On another hand, you know, what was causing you an emotional confusion within the last 5 months, it's going to require from you to have the actual, and it's a loss of something, you know. And maybe it created change of something, loss of something, created emotional confusion. So this is going to it's going to require from you to look at this situation, and it's also going to be a very important moment in time to remember this is all about your own judgment, and it's time to kind of forgive. If you feel angry about someone or something, it's time to just release this and let it go, because it's an important time when it comes to your own karma. On another hand, you know, it's in an improvement. This is all about the actual improvement, development, promotion, and an important outcome of the past effort is going to lead towards your own rebirth, which is going to start your own transformation. This is an important moment in time, because the combination of material and spiritual prosperity is going to be absolutely perfect, and this in itself is going to rejuvenate you, my gorgeous Cancerini, like there is no tomorrow. The third important date, it's going to be the 25th of June. Now, the 25th of June, some kind of departure is going to be quite an integral part of your spiritual journey. It's to do with the departure. It's your own journey, but also it's to do with an advancement, you know. It's to do with an advancement, and 14 days later, 14 days later, something very important is going to happen connected to the 25th of June, which is going to be the next stage of this realization and thinking process, and something is just kind of like gonna come up 14 days later, but it's also going to provide you with an idea, realization, and most certainly the light at the end of the tunnel. You see, delight, it's going to bring your own delight. Beautiful, 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 because it's something that you should be doing and something that is going to make you happy like there is no tomorrow. You will know at the same time, you know, you were worrying maybe about someone, whether you can trust them or not. The 25th of June, it's going to help you to realize beautiful harmony and the fact that you can actually trust to someone. Maybe you were uncertain, maybe you just weren't too sure, but you will have a very strong sign and indication that you can trust to this person, and this is all beautifully going to create deep feeling and freedom of emotion at the same time. 25th of June, it's going to make you realize that it's time of transition. This is the time of the ultimate change. This is the time of suspension, and it's most certainly the time to reverse those things that were making you bored, that were making you negative, that were bringing you down. It's time for an abandonment, and that in itself is going to make you realize that it's a time to sacrifice and make a certain readjustment, and that is going to lead towards your own regeneration, new start, new beginning, and the actual rebirth. But in particular, it's to do with that potential and inspiration that I was talking about. Oh my God, of course, the 26th. Now, the 26th of June, 26th and 27th of June, my God, 26th and the 27th of June, it's going to be like so interesting. You know why? Because it's going to make you be somewhere where you don't think that you would be. You're going to be surrounded by the people maybe who you don't think that you're going to be surrounded by. It's just about the particular situation that you're going to find yourself at that is going to surprise you, but at the same time, you're going to be in this vortex of this energy that is just going to help you to reflect in a slightly different way, because you're going to be able to feel and see and sense the situation around you from a completely different angle without you even realizing. And this is going to be the main factor that is going to help you to kind of act in a certain way. So you're not only going to find yourself like somewhere different, unusual, where you didn't plan, unplanned, but most certainly the response is going to be everything. This is going to be your wheel of fortune, my gorgeous Cancerini. It's important. It's about your destiny, fortune, fate, and absolutely mind-blowing outcome that you are going to have. But this is about your advancement. But most certainly it's about the culmination, conclusion, an important conclusion, which is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. On one hand, you're approaching the end of the problem, but on another hand, you're starting an absolutely mind-blowing transformation. Absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous Cancerini. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Cancerini, the first week of June, it's going to bring the moment, you know, at some moment in time, you were going to do something, create something. It's to do with your wish, with your dream, you know, what you wanted to do and create. But then it created a certain dissatisfaction because it didn't unfold the way you wanted it to unfold. So now this is going to come back, and this is the wonderful flip-flop moment, because now that dissatisfaction that you had, it's not going to become, oh my God, amazing moment in time. No, baby, no. But it's to do with you turning yourself away from that situation, because this is the time of your own spiritual growth. You will be spiritually growing, and you will take the turn that you wouldn't normally take, okay? And this is going to be so good because it's directed to the actual time, connected to the time when you were a little bit restless, of uncertainty, and this is going to become an important moment in time of your own adventure. It's so good, because at the same time you will realize the certain illusion about your life slowly came to an end, and you will move on from that, and that's brilliant because you grow out of it. But on another hand, this is going to create an important moment in time when it comes to the actual frustration that you had over the last 8 weeks, and now this is going to create with a moment with a swift change, and it's wonderful because it's going to bring you a synchronicity. And somebody very important in your life, it's also going to confirm something to you about some kind of like a wishful thinking, but it doesn't matter. It's all about you going on the next stage of your spiritual journey. There will be a little bit of a tower moment at the end of the first week, or within the end, at the end of the first week of June. But this tower moment is so much needed, because if you don't have this tower moment, you wouldn't realize the actual, that you are going to have the end of the problem coming up soon. So this is all going to be connected. But first of all, you're going to have a little bit of a tower moment, but it's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with that you created, you made, but it's connected to other people in your life that are going to go through this, but you are going to be part of this. So it is going to kind of help you to actually move on and to embrace yourself, to embrace certain things in life that you wouldn't normally embrace. By the time you get to the mid part of June, it's all about your own transformation, it's all about your own freedom, it's all about your own luxury and culmination. But you must remember that this is the time where the certain responsibility will need for you to pay attention, because you will be the little bit of a burden, it's going to kind of bounce back. An unfinished business, unfinished burden, it's going to bounce back, and it's going to make you realize, in order to get to the highest level of your own luxurious security and power, you must remember to avoid the certain responsibility. And that in itself, it's also going to be connected to somebody very spiritual in your life, like a spiritual leader or a spiritual guru. It's going to help you to have this focus. Look, I've got two. It's going to help you to have this focus, you see. Again, at the same time, you will be tested. Again, just remember to forgive, because you will have a little bit of like an angry feeling about something, and this is your little karmic test that you will have. You're going to have an angry feeling about someone, and this is going to be a golden opportunity to just let it go by forgiveness. Karmically, this is an important stage. Okay, so this is about the actual teacher, somebody who's like your guru, somebody who's like your teacher. It's also have said something already, or is going to say something, and this is going to be ringing in your mind. This is going to become the part of your bubble, and it's going to confirm you, and it's going to kind of help you to move on. But most importantly, it's going to help you to kind of deal with a negative person, or some kind of like a negative person with like a very much so like a heavy energy. It's going to be part of your little like a challenge here. But most certainly, all you need to do is just be compassionate. Be compassionate. With another words, if somebody's challenging you, somebody's really horrible, this most certainly the last thing to do, it would be to go low down that vibration. You just go high up, and then you see so much more than they see. But it's just basically not about lowering yourself down. This is important, okay? That by the time you get to the last part of June, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's all about the actual, you're going to be kind of like part of the certain competition. And this is very important, because you're going to do really great, and it's going to bring you success. Also, in particular, if you are looking for work, if you are looking for a job, if you are looking to like express yourself, to expand yourself, probably the most powerful time and very strong time would be the very last part of June 2020. Your vibration is going to be super strong, super powerful, but it's also about your own essence. It's going to be pretty much enhanced. So something very important is going to take place. You will have a certain competition, but you're going to do so well. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And something quite good news about some kind of possession of yours you're going to have. have a good news about your possession of yours, but you will know that it's going to be about a certain moderation at the same time. What else I was going to say, the things that have been bringing you lots of this, not depression, but the disappointment lately, you will have a resolution, and this resolution is going to be everything, because at the same time it's going to begin and it's going to start an important stage of your spiritual journey, but also at the same time it's going to become your turning point, which is on another hand going to give you reason to celebrate. The last part of June is going to give you a big reason to celebrate, because big annoying heavy problem is coming to an end, and you will know that a lot is going to start changing. You will know that a lot is going to start happening at the end of June. It's the reason for celebration. You will make an important decision here, which is going to take an additional 3 months, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is going to take off in September 2020. Beautiful, and it's an important part of your spiritual journey. I know that you will be kind of like indecisive. There are a couple of things that you're going to be wondering what to do, but both things are going to be absolutely important. Both things are going to be beautiful, because this is the time when you're most certainly going forward. Very, very important time, my gorgeous Cancerini, time of going forward. Very, very important, which means that the end of June is going to bring you the whole new door. The end of June is going to open the whole new door for you. This is going to be wonderful and a step in the right direction, most certainly. What else I was going to recommend, just to get maybe a labradorite crystal, very important, because you're going to spiritually be connected again like there is no tomorrow, and this is going to help you to remember your dreams. But most importantly, once you open your eyes, this is in the morning, every single morning, we are still part of all sorts of dimensions, and this labradorite crystal has got a power to actually help us out in so many different ways when it comes to our own spirituality, but in particular when it comes to our own grounding, so we are able to remember and pinpoint down to things that have been important while we were sleeping, while we were dreaming. So when we open our eyes, we kind of have all sorts of directions that we are guided by. So labradorite is brilliant to actually make a strong connection with our subconscious mind when it comes to our dreams and things like that. Okay, and if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. So now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Oh, I think it's going to be a bit of a lot is going to be happening. Ace of Swords is the other way around, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a lot is going to be happening when it comes to you two. Lots of plans, but I know that you're both going to be kind of a little bit stroppy with each other. But I think that your partner will be going through something very difficult. Your partner is going to be worrying about something, and it's going to be taking a lot out of them. Please to do what I said. It's just basically, I've seen this before, and it looks like your partner has been affected with certain things happening, Maybe your partner is really worrying quite a lot, there is no tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely fine. It's just that June is going to be a little bit strange, a little bit unusual when it comes to their uncertainty, but they will be fine, because by the time we get to the last part of June, an important message they will have themselves. So that's why I'm saying to you that if you can kind of do something for them, if you can buy them something, if you can surprise them or take them somewhere, or the element of surprise, it's always perfect when it comes to this particular vibration, because the element of surprise always raises the vibration really beautifully and just makes everything much lighter, things that are dark and things that are weighing your partner down. But it's going to be absolutely fine, because your partner is going to have an important message at around the end of the month, you see. But there will be a little bit of conflicting maybe influence, so just to kind of let you know, but it's nothing a personal. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you Cancerini who are singlini and ready to mingleini. Oh Lord. So my gorgeous Cancerini, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you know what, see this? Okay, Ace of Wands. This is absolutely fantastic. You know, there is an important stage that you're going through, my gorgeous Cancerinis. This is all about your worldly power. This is all about your accomplishment, and this accomplishment is also going to bring you the certain level of confidence as well. I really like it because at the same time it's about the stability that you're going to have. This stability that you're going to have, it's going to be directly responsible for you for making a quite important decision. The decision that you're going to be making, that you're going to make, is going to be connected to the new beginning, but it's to do with like your private life. It's to do with you going somewhere different. It's to do with you doing someone different. It's to do with you like doing, you know, living your life in a slightly different way by exploring like different areas, different places, you know. It's something that is going to happen through your own accomplishment, through your own stability. Your own stability and accomplishment are going to set you on the path, send you on a journey where you're going to be wondering about a certain dimensions, certain directions. You're going to be a little bit indecisive. As I said before, there are two things that you're going to be like kind of wondering about, but both things are going to be equally good. Both things are going to be equally important. In fact, both things you're going to end up doing anyway. These things are going to be directly responsible for you starting a new path, new option, new opportunity, and that in itself is going to start bringing someone very special into your life, someone very powerful into your life. It's not going to happen in June, but the June is going to be most certainly directly responsible for you making sure that that Vavavumish person is about to walk into your life. But it's just so complex and it's so important and so significant the way things are actually going to unfold, the way things are going to the way things are going to develop. Most certainly, not only when it comes to your own success, but when it comes to your emotions, you're gonna go on a whole new level indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous Cancerinis. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Love you.